Best of 2019. I can't believe this, like, it's here. I do this video every single year where I do like the best makeup of 2019. And this time I wanted to do best drugstore makeup just because I feel like there were so many good drugstore launches this year that pretty much became my ride or die products throughout the year. So we're just gonna hop right in. I don't know what to start with. I think I'll start with foundation because that was like the #1 thing in my head when I was trying to think of like the best products. This product was #1. Okay. Oh, by the way, before we jump in, make sure to subscribe, turn those notifications on if you never want to miss a video, okay? But anyways, yeah, so this is the Maybelline Dream Urban Cover. This is probably the most skin-like foundation that I own. Whether we're talking about high-end, whether we're talking about drugstore, this is it. Like, this is that type of makeup that's lightweight, medium to full coverage, very buildable, and it looks like skin. It has such a good formula. Like, I can't get over the formula. It feels very luxurious on the skin. Like, I would say it feels like a higher end product for sure, but you're paying drugstore price, which is pretty much, you'll see a running theme. Like, when I'm talking about these products, that's what I look for, is like the quality for a good price. So let me show you guys how this blends out. Ooh, the formula is so good. It's so lightweight. It just blends in so seamlessly. It does leave you with like a slight sheen, like a slight luminosity, but it's so bomb. So definitely that one has to be one of the most standout products to me. If you're looking for a full coverage matte foundation, what I would recommend is the Milani Conceal and Perfect. This foundation sticks, so this is a stick foundation, obviously. This is a beautiful product because it's so quick and easy to use. You just kind of swipe it on, like I've shown you guys throughout the year. It's quick, it's easy, it leaves your skin feeling so like soft but matte, but not dry. So again, we like that. I have to go to liquid highlighters next because liquid highlighters, I'm kind of gonna go out of order. I'm just gonna go in whatever order my intuition tells me, like whatever I'm feeling. Liquid highlighters, these 2 liquid highlighters. I don't have 2 for every single category. I just have 2 pretty much for like the foundation and this one because I couldn't choose between these because they're so fire. They're so fire. So this one is newer. It's the Colourpop liquid highlighter in the shade Champagne Bubbles. It's a new product for them altogether, and it is just beautiful. Like, it is, look at that. It blinds the camera. Like, that's how pretty it is. It's the best formula. It actually is a little thicker than most other liquid highlighters, but actually, you know what? I'm gonna swatch it again in like a smaller place so I can compare the 2 that I'm gonna show you, but has a little bit of a thicker formula. Ooh, you know what I'm gonna do? This one actually comes with a brush, or they released a brush within the collection. So I usually apply this one with a brush, and I'll go in and I'll just glide it along. You can see there I applied a lot less this time, but like, oh my god, it is so good. I can't get over how beautiful this product is. It just leaves you with the most metallic liquid highlight, but it doesn't look sparkly on the skin, which is very important. You can use this under foundation, mix into your foundation, over top of your foundation. It's a really bomb product. The other liquid highlighter that I love this year is the e.l.f. Power Glow highlighter in Rose Gold. So this one has more of a pinky rosy tint. It's a lighter weight formula. This one almost feels, when you're rubbing it in, it feels more like an oil. It's very thin. It does have some shimmer to it. It has a little bit more of that glittery effect more than the Colourpop one, but honestly, I love both of these so much. I could not choose because they're so good. Okay, so let me move on to brows real quick. I'm pretty sure you guys are all gonna know what I'm gonna talk about, so I'm not gonna spend too much time on this one because I'm not trying to have you guys like force you guys to sit here for 45 minutes like I have in the past with like my yearly videos sometimes. But the e.l.f. Ultra Precise Brow Pencil, this stuff is just fire. I can't even tell you how many times I've repurchased this product. It's $5 for the most amazing brow pencil that I have personally ever used. It's what I use every single day. No matter what makeup look I'm doing, I will put this on. The reason that I really like this, if you have never heard me talk about it, which I'm pretty sure you all have if you watch my videos, so if you haven't, then this is probably your first time watching my videos, so Hey, welcome. But yeah, I'm obsessed with this stuff because it has the perfect formula. It's actually a little harder, the actual like pencil, so it doesn't blend away easily. It creates really nice, precise little lines, and I use the shade Neutral Brown, and it is what I've used all year. So good. Wet n Wild Coconut 3-in-1 Primer. This has probably been the primer that I reach for the most as far as drugstore products. It smells amazing. It smells so good. It smells like you're just chilling on a beach somewhere. It's so nice. If you like coconuts, you're gonna like the scent. And I like it because it's obviously super easy to use as a primer. You just kind of like a primer water would be. You just spray it on and then you can go right on top of it with foundation. And for me, a lot of the times I am looking for like that ease in the products. You know, I want something that's gonna be quick and easy and out the door. So that's exactly what this does for me. You can also use it to like set your makeup, refresh it throughout the day, and it just smells so the top does not want to stay on, but it smells bomb. So definitely give this a shot if you haven't checked it out already. Okay, concealer. Let me talk about some concealers real quick. I hope it doesn't look like I'm naked to you guys, but I just thought this was like kind of a vibe. You know what I'm trying to say. So I kind of divided it up into 2 categories depending on your skin type. So for my dry skin, girls and guys out there, Colourpop Pretty Fresh Hyralonic Creamy Concealer. This is probably the most comparable that I found to like, you know, some of my favorite higher end concealers that typically have that creamier texture, good for the dryness under the eyes if you have any. This one is a really nice formula because it does have like that lightweight feel, super hydrating. It has hyaluronic acid, so it kind of releases the hydration throughout the day, and it just applies lightweight, as you can see there, while still giving you the coverage, you know what I mean? Even if it's hydrating, if it's not gonna give you coverage, there's really no point, I think, especially for concealer, because even on more natural days, sometimes it's nice to just wear concealer rather than just wear foundation. So I think the coverage for a concealer is more important than coverage for a foundation. And then for my peeps out there who want some like matte, full coverage, rock hard concealer under the eyes. I actually have 2. Again, I couldn't choose. Like, I don't want to leave anything out just in case something doesn't work, because, you know, everyone's skin type is different. So even something that might work for me might not work for the next person, and vice versa. So I just did want to give you guys as many options as possible. So the first one is CoverGirl True Blend Undercover Concealer. I feel like this is one of my most used products this year because it really does have a great formula. It has a nice big ol' wand on it, long lasting, mattifying under the eyes, great coverage. This is definitely one of my most used products this year, and I feel like so many of you guys have messaged me saying that, you know, you love this product, you tried it out after seeing my videos, and that literally makes me so happy. So yeah, thanks for taking my recommendations, because I really do think that this is a bomb concealer. Concealers in general at the drugstore, for a while, they weren't very good a couple of years ago, and over the past couple of years, I feel like they've really stepped it up. Milani Conceal and Perfect, another one that's great for that full coverage look. I like this one equally as much. It is so long wearing. I really like the undertone of this one, honestly, especially when like in the summertime when I was more tan. This one was an amazing match for me, so I really appreciate that when like drugstore products have good undertones, because I think that's like one of the for a long time, it was one of the biggest downfalls to skin makeup at the drugstore. The undertones were always whack, like it was gray, it was pink, it was super orange, like Oompa Loompa orange. Now I feel like they're getting a lot smarter about what they're putting out. Even just the shade range itself, a lot of drugstore products are starting to put out those like massive shade ranges of, you know, 40 to 50 shades for any single product. So I'm really happy to see that in general, as like someone who's always kind of liked the bougie on a budget kind of lifestyle. It really makes me happy to see that. Okay. Whew, I'm just talking so fast. I have to talk about some palettes. Again, I can't choose. See, this is like a recurring thing in my life. I'm very, very, very indecisive, but I guess because of that, you guys are getting a lot of options. So the first one, if you are a neutral kind of person, if you're just looking for something for everyday makeup, I definitely recommend the e.l.f. Opposites Attract eyeshadow palette. It has a really nice, like a lot of mattes actually, has a couple shimmer shades. The shades in this palette are so buttery and nice. The mattes too, like again, if you've watched my videos, you've probably heard me say this, but mattes say a lot about a palette. A lot of times mattes will not be the best quality, but this one is really great. And you can see it has just such a great shade range for those neutral everyday looks. A couple little pops, a couple shimmers, a couple metallics, but overall just such a great neutral palette that I would say is good for like everyday kind of looks, but you could also glam it up if you wanted to. But these, you guys, I cannot tell you how impressed I was with these. Okay, so these are from Milani. They went off with these, okay, you guys, they went off, all the way off. The first one is Gilded Ember. They're hyper pigmented eye and face palette. That's what the actual palette is called. This one is a lot of warm tones, some nice copper shades. Just wait till you see this swatch, okay? Okay. It's so fire. It's so fire. Okay, so both of these palettes are actually face and eye palettes. So you get 2 different highlights, 9 different eyeshadows, and these eyeshadows are fire, okay? This is a matte. Oh my gosh, like these metallics are so buttery and creamy. I have never seen another drugstore palette that is actually this pigmented. Like, they did a really good job with it. And then let me just swatch the highlights for you really quickly because they're really beautiful as well. That is the top highlight. And then the bottom one called Molten is right here. So pretty. Like, I actually can't get over how pigmented and how beautiful this palette is. Obviously, it's not like your everyday neutral eyeshadow palette. This is definitely for those of you who want to like pop like and drop it all the way to school, all the way to work, all the way to wherever you're going. This one is a pop, okay? A big old pop. And then the other palette that I was holding up is this green palette. That's also so pretty. I dye over the like minty green shade. So again, same situation, 9 shades, 9 eyeshadows, 2 highlights. And just look at how these swatch. It's so good. Okay, you guys are gonna die when you see this gold. That was one pass of the gold, and look how beautiful and metallic and like the light, it's so good. The highlights in this one are beautiful as well. So this one's like a gold with kind of like a minty undertone. Probably won't be able to pick it up on camera, but has a minty undertone. It's called Aura. And then they also have Amber Glow, that's more like a bronzy shade. Dude, it's just like, the quality is unsurpassed. It's so buttery. If you guys ever see these in stores, like please just go and swatch them at the least. You guys will be so impressed. Like if you try these out, you're gonna love them. Okay, I'm done, but just, you know, just keep this in mind. Keep this in mind. Mascara, I'm gonna have to go with the Maybelline Falsies Lash Lift. This is such a bomb mascara from the drugstore. I feel like in general, Maybelline makes some amazing mascaras. They're probably one of my most ride or die brands as far as mascaras go, but this one specifically I like because I love this shape of wand where it has this like hourglass to it. I just think it's so great at really grasping onto those lashes. This formula is long lasting, it doesn't clump, it doesn't flake on me, and the shape of the wand is really what gets me. I feel like with Maybelline, again, their mascaras in general are great, so it just depends on what works for your lashes, what kind of shape, what kind of bristles, what kind of ba-ba-boom is gonna work for you. But this one has been amazing for me. This was like it launched towards the end of the year, but I just, when you know, you know. You know what I mean? When you know, you know. Okay, as far as eye products, another product that launched towards the end, but like I can't not include these. e.l.f.'s Glitter Liquid Eyeshadows. These are so good. I can barely barely get the words out to describe it because they are so fire. So it's a straight up glitter formula. It is not metallic. When you put it on your eyelids, you'll see, if you watched my, what video was that? My Christmas look that I just put up on last Wednesday. You'll have seen it in action because I used these in that video. And they are like straight up glitter. It's actually different than a metallic eyeshadow because a metallic gives you like the wet kind of sheen over the eyes. These actually, when they dry down, once you blend them out, they leave actual glitter particles. And the shade range is beautiful. Like they did such a good job with this shade range. There's neutrals, there's brights, there's a black, there's a couple different warm tones, there's gold, there's a copper. Like they did a really bomb job like coming up with this shade range. I think my favorite is probably this one, which is actually called Dirty Martini. It's a nice like olive green with gold glitter. It's so pretty. Had to include it, even though it's definitely a newer product. You just, when you know, you know. Again, these were fire too. So Colourpop came out with these glitterly obsessed glitters, shadows, but they're so good. It's like a really nice chunky glitter, which is so different. Why do I like the way they smell? It's so weird to me, but whatever. So you can see here how chunky and cool this looks. This looks so fire, just like with a plain eye look and popping this into the center, because it has that chunky texture to it. It's very different. Like, I mean, obviously this isn't something that you would wear for like your everyday makeup, but it's a really cool vibe. And I just thought it was definitely something to mention because I've never seen anything like at drugstore prices come out like this. I love this shade, which is like the gold. Ooh, it looks so fire. So this one is called Bring the Heat. Oh my god, it looks so good. I feel like I'm giving out like Academy Awards or something, but for best bronzer, blush, and highlight, I've got Maybelline Cheek Heat. You guys know I'm a sucker for cream blushes. I just feel like they look so good on the skin. Like it looks like skin. It just looks like a natural flush. So this is their newest product, one of the newest products. It has a thicker cream formula than most other creams that I've actually tried. So you can see here how beautiful this color is. It's everything. Like it's just so neutral. Actually matches my background like really nicely, but it's just such a nice color, such a nice formula. And cream blushes last a lot longer than powder blushes. That's why, one of the reasons why I love them. Second reason is just they look bomb. For bronzer, Maybelline killed it again. City Bronzer. This replaced like most of my other bronzers, honestly, because it's just such a good formula. It blends out easily. It's super soft and buttery and silky, and it's very comparable to Hoola. Like, honestly, it's kind of a dupe for Hoola in my opinion. They do have a couple of different shades, but yeah, it's so good. And it's matte, so you can use it as a contour. Blends out like a dream. Okay, highlight. I have to go with the Wet n Wild loose highlighters. They have 4 different shades, I believe. So this one is I'm So Lit, but they also have, I really like Hustle and Glow because that one's a little bit more golden. This one is definitely more champagne, but it's a great formula. It blends out so nicely. Let me just show you. Well, first of all, it is like a literal loose powder. So let me just show you real. Okay, lip pencils. I would have to say Colourpop killed it with their whole collection. They have 40 different lip pencil colors. I really like the shades. Curvy, 951 is a great one. What was another one? I forget which other one I really liked. BFF is great. BFF3, BFF4 is amazing. The ones that they came out with Shayla's collection. Because you guys know I like more of the brown tone. And speaking of brown tones, one lip pencil that changed the game for me this year is the NYX lip pencil. It's just called lip pencil. NYX lip pencil in Nude Truffle. This is the closest thing that I found to MAC Strip Down, which is, you guys know, my ride or die. Like, I can't go a day without that guy. But if I'm going for a drugstore look, if I want to use something else, this is the best dupe that I found, okay? I still love Strip Down. I will always love Strip Down, but this one is fire. It has such a nice warm brown undertone, so it just looks good with any makeup look. Has a great formula. The formula is very comparable as well to the MAC lip pencils, which are probably my favorite lip pencils. So I just, oh, I love this. I never thought I would find a drugstore option, like an affordable option for MAC Strip Down. All right, best lipstick of the year. You know what? I'm gonna say of the decade for this one because it is so fire. I have like 4 backups of this because it's so good, and if they ever discontinue it, I will actually cry. So this is the Maybelline Shine Compulsion, okay? Shine Compulsion Color Sensational Lipstick in Baddest Beige. This has to be one of my absolute most worn lip colors, high end, low end, whatever you want to call it, of all time. Not to mention of this year. It's just the most beautiful color. It's the perfect peachy pink shade. It goes great with nude truffle. It goes great with any sort of brown lip liner to top it off because it creates almost like this barrier, and then you put this on the inside and it's so good. And it has a really, really great formula. So comparable to Tom Ford lipsticks, honestly. And Tom Ford lipsticks are like $50 to $60. This is, you know, under $10 at the drugstore. And it's just such a good formula. It's shiny, so it's not matte. It's absolutely not matte. It has a shine. You don't even need a gloss on top of it because look at that. Ooh. Look at that shine. Oh my God. I fall in love with it again every single time that I use it just because it's such a good formula and so elevated from other affordable lip products in my opinion. This is like it, okay? If you take one thing from this video, take this. Go get it. Don't get all of them because leave some for me, but Baddest Beige Maybelline is fire. So definitely check this out if you haven't already. But I'm sure a lot of you guys have throughout the year because I talk about it relentlessly. As far as lip glosses, I actually really love this one from Milani. So they came out with this lip gloss that's kind of like, it was kind of, what's it called? Like a sister product to their Luminoso blush. So this is their lip gloss, Keep It Full lip gloss in Luminoso. And it does have a slight plumping to it. It has a really pretty shade because it's that same peachy pink, but it has gold shimmer throughout it. I don't know if you'll be able to tell on camera, but you'll definitely be able to tell if you try it on. It has some gold shimmer throughout it, and it's really nice over top of any lipstick because it's not too pigmented. You can kind of top it over anything, and it just has a great formula that's not sticky. It doesn't dry out your lips. It doesn't make your lips flaky or anything. It's just really solid. So I love that one. They have a couple of different shades too that I really like as well. And then for matte lipsticks, I would say these Maybelline Super Stays are just a really, really solid formula. So it's a lip crayon. It starts off as like a comfort matte, and then once it dries down, it does become completely matte, but not dry at all. I can actually wear these all day long and never, ever, ever feel, okay, is this in focus? No. I can wear this formula all day and it doesn't wear off. It just stays, I don't even want to say glued because I feel like glued is gonna sound like it's dry. It stays on your lips so well though. It's very comfortable. It feels like, I think I just heard my door open and I'm so scared. I guess it should be fine. Well, if I die today, it's on camera. All right. Anyways, yeah, like I was saying, super comfortable to wear. It feels like a pillow on the lips. It's almost like a creamy velvet matte formula. So really, really nice and highly recommend. All right, guys, so that is it for this video, all my favorites from the year. Hope you guys enjoyed, and again, don't forget to subscribe and turn those notifications on if you haven't already. And I guess I'll see you in 2020. This is probably my last video of the year. Normally I upload on Wednesdays and Sundays, but this year, or yeah, in 2020, I think I might try out a different uploading schedule, which is crazy because I've had Wednesdays and Sundays ever since I started this channel. But I'm gonna try to switch it up, maybe potentially either to like Thursdays or Fridays, and then still stay on Sundays as well. So love you guys so much. You are beautiful inside and out, and I will see you in 2020. Happy New Year.